welcome to the Joe Cortez Show here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the entertainment sports capital of the world and the business capital of the world. So many businesses are starting up here in Las Vegas. And not only here in Vegas, but, you really look around the country. A lot of things are going down, but everything is peaks and valleys in business when it comes to life. Things are not always going to be on the bright side. Sometimes they go on the bad side, but we have to try to talk to individuals, people that can help you, guide you in the right direction. So I have a guest on the show today who will be talking to you about business and how about investing money and why is it so important to care for others and pay it forward. But one of the most important things is making money, saving it, and investing it the right way. So on our guest today is Raina Horton. Raina Horton, welcome to the show.
Hi, Joe. Thank you.
Okay, so nice to have you on the show today to talk about finances. People want to know about how we're going to get along in life. It's not just about having fun, all the parties, all the travel, but you have to have some sort of income coming in and how to invest it properly. So what kind of advice can you give our people, our viewers out there, as far as money is concerned?
Yeah, definitely. I think you said it. He said exactly what we learn and teach is make money, save money, invest money. And there's so many different strategies out there. What I call American Money 101, if you're an American, that you should learn these things and know these things for yourself. We could definitely go out and teach, or you can learn, but the best way is to learn what's best for you and your family. So that's what we basically do, and we believe in no family left behind. So we help any family no matter where you're at. And I was there once, in debt, in different circumstances. So no matter where you are, we will help you.
Good. So now, why is it so important to invest your income? I mean, it's so important people to make money, but they don't know how to invest it. Why is it so important for people to invest money so they can make it grow?
Yeah, we talked about this too. A lot of people out there know how to make money. They make a lot of money, and we've been around those people, that make a lot of money. And then, for example, if it's boxing or this sport or that sport, if there's an injury, they're no longer able to make that money. So had they invested when they were making money good, your money basically just works for itself. Right. So it's considered passive income, not active income.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are talking about dreaming big. We all dream about doing something. I believe in not just dreaming. I believe in making it happen. Mm-hmm. Not dreaming. Let's make it happen.
Yes.
And just so many folks out there just become dreamers, and sometimes you just can't make it on dreams.
Right.
You got to make it. What do you say about that?
Yes. So I love this quote. It says, "A dream without action is just a wish." And so if you're dreaming and you don't act upon it, you're just wishing. The true results come from acting and having that activity. We say massive action is what will make your dreams come true. And I know that to be true because I'm living proof of that.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I see all the beautiful tattoos you have on your body. Mm-hmm. My dream one day was to get some tattoo on my arm. I never got it done. You look great with the tattoo.
Thank you.
It makes you dressed up really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that makes you look like very special.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice. So after you made things happen in your life, what's the best way to help others? And the other people out there, they say, you're making it, but we don't know how to do it. How can you help others to get on the right track?
Yes, definitely. I always say that my family is good financially. We're going in the right direction as well. We're not 100% there, but the way that I will get there 110%, is by helping other people along the way, just giving them free knowledge. It definitely is out there, like they say on YouTube University or TikTok Academy, but it's a lot different when you connect with people who are doing anything in the financial services every day, and you're learning every day how to apply that to your life. Because there's so much knowledge out there. We live in the world of information. They say this is the information age, but you can know and not apply. That's where the power comes in, is when you have the knowledge and you apply the knowledge as well.
Exactly.
So.
Well, why is it so important to have a good CPA?
Well, considering I work for a CPA I have two businesses. So one of my businesses as a personal assistant, I have a client. It was all divine that God put me in line with that is a CPA. And if people don't know, one of the best ways here in America financially is to have your own business. Once you have your own business, you have so many write-offs, so many different opportunities opposed to just being an employee. And a good CPA comes in and helps you to have those tax write-offs, to get the credits, to get the refunds and all of that at the end of the year. And it's not evading taxes, it's just knowing the tax code and applying it to your business, to your life, and then ultimately making your money grow that way as well.
Now, you're talking about a tax code. You know, a tax code sometimes can be a little bit complicated. I mean, people don't know. I mean, they got to find a way to simplify the tax code. It is so difficult sometimes to, people know about the tax code. Not everybody knows a little bit about the tax code. Do you guys help out when it comes to tax codes?
Yeah, definitely. That's what the CPA is trained for, to know all the tax codes, to stay up to date with them, and to get you the best return possible.
Yeah. You know, with these tax codes, and make stacks of paper, just stacks.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they can make something where they could kind of simplify it all on one page instead of so many different. I mean, it make a little big headache for people out there.
Yeah, that's pretty much a lot of the way our system is ran. Is it's very complicated, but if you know how to read, if you are willing to put the time, you can definitely learn it.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, that's why a lot of people look up to people like yourself to help guide them in the right direction. Because when it comes to taxes and whatnot, not everybody again knows how to get the shortcuts and how to make it simple. But sometimes you lose money by trying to do it yourself.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people don't know even the IRS and the tax code. You have to have one cell a year in order to be considered a 1099 contractor, independent contractor, and to have your own business. So if you make that one sale a year, you can write off so many different things depending on what your sale is and depending on your situation, because everyone is different. But a lot of people don't know what a huge tax break that is for you, especially here in America. This country was built on companies, so the tax code was written for companies as well, not really for the employee or the individuals.
Yeah, so when you talk about U.S. money, you're talking about, how to invest it and how to fix up your tax code here in the United States. But some individuals, they have businesses in other countries as well. Is it more complicated when it comes to taxes on that?
Definitely. We do deal with domestic and foreign companies, and it is definitely a lot of tax codes written, but people like the CPAs, they go to school and they learn that. So
yeah, I know it's a little different when you're either a resident in the United States or you're a resident in a foreign country. Sometimes some individuals make their primary residence in a foreign country just to avoid the taxes here in the United States. Is that correct?
I'm not sure specifically on that, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. There's so many different tax codes.
Yeah, especially the Trump companies, they have companies in other countries, and they operate maybe the headquarters here in the United States, but their offices, the place of a business where they have the factories, like either whether it's automobiles or whether it's washing machines, whatever they have in different countries, the labor there is much less, but I think they find ways to cut corners as far as paying the taxes, which is sometimes is good to some extent. Sometimes it's good for them, but it's not good for the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other advice can you give us about what's going on? I know you have your company. You have a convention coming up in April in Denver. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I didn't want to really talk much about the business and stuff that we do, but more about just the self-development and the dreaming, to never give up on your dreams. There's so many people out there that have been affected by COVID, especially small businesses. That was me. That was myself. COVID definitely affected my small business to where I had to completely change careers. And that's why I'm in the financial services now. It's new to me, but I have so much experience from when I had first started my career. I started in accounting and doing financials and finances 101, and then it escalated to this. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have lost their businesses due to COVID and that are starting over. They're saying that this is one of the great resignations where a lot of people are switching positions in their career. So as far as the event goes, it's more about self-development and getting good at yourself so that you could be of service to other people. You have to be able to be filled up in order to overflow and to pour from that that full cup.
There's a program out there for PPP for individuals during that COVID period. People lost a lot of money. And what advice can you tell our viewers about that? Anything they can do about trying to get back the money that they lost during the COVID period?
As far as the PPP loans go, I know that they had only given that to a select amount of people. And I haven't looked into it since then. It was a certain criteria, a certain amount of people that got it. And now I know that they are doing like a tax credit for retention employees, if you retain employees a certain amount of time. But more specifically on the PPP loan, I'm not too familiar.
Because there's about, from what I said, something about anywhere, if you have a business, anywhere from 5 employees to 500 employees, which is the limit, that you can qualify to try to get reimbursed so much per quarter per employee, like $5,000 per employee per quarter. So that's $20,000 per employee, which is not bad if you can recoup some of the money back from the government. But anyway, those are the programs that are out there from what I understand. But I like what you're doing because you're kind of like leading us in the right direction. And first of all, you got to believe in yourself and paying it forward to other individuals out there. That's why I put these shows on there. I bring people like yourself on the show to talk about businesses and how we can get and make things better in life. Because a lot of individuals out there, they kind of lost. They make a certain amount of income and they don't know how to invest it properly. They don't know what to do with their money. It's a lot, especially in sports. You get a lot of individuals. I know in boxing, you get a lot of individuals make hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't invest, and at the end of their career, they end up broke. This is what I worry about. Individuals, not only in sports, but in all walks of life. That's why I bring people like you on the show, see if we can guide these individuals in the right direction. Now, what programs are out there available for individuals who want to learn more about your field?
I know for me personally, we do one-on-ones with clients and the community to teach them about all the different ways and the different principles of investing. They say, you've heard of Rick Warren, right? Or I'm sorry, oh my gosh, I totally said his name wrong. But he's one of the greatest investors of all time.
Warren Buffett?
Warren Buffett, thank you, Joe. So his rule number 1 is don't lose money. And rule number 2 is don't forget rule number 1. Mm-hmm. So we just teach people very basic principle things, and then they apply it to their life, and it really does work.
Right. Well, Warren Buffett is one of the best investors in the world, multi-billionaire, like $85 billion worth. And the man is a good man. As a matter of fact, he's a personal friend of mine.
Oh, nice.
I know him personally, and we worked together one time doing we had a boxing scene. And it's funny for you viewers out there don't know that Warren Buffett is a big fan of mine. It should be the other way around. But he happens to be a big fan of mine. He followed boxing. He's from Nebraska, and he's big into boxing. He comes to all the big fights. And one day he wanted me to be a referee for one of his commercials. It was him boxing Floyd Mayweather. And he said, Joe, John Landon, a movie director, called me from Hollywood, said, Joe, Warren Buffett wants you to be a referee for a commercial that he's doing with Floyd Mayweather. And so it was a scene where him and Floyd Mayweather were going to box each other, and they wanted me to referee. So I called them together, gave them the instructions in the ring, and then I sent them back to their respective corners. And then I called time in, and they both came at each other, and they both threw right-hand punches at each other, and that's where everything stopped right there. That's part of the beginning of a commercial that he did. And they made it look like with the green screen behind him, and it made it look like we're in an arena with 60,000 fans, and just the three of us in the middle of that ring. It was really a great experience being with him. I spent like 2 or 3 hours with him that night at one of the studios here. It was a big warehouse studio here in Vegas. It was a great experience, a good man, and but he's a smart man. He knows how to invest his money properly.
Yes.
As you can see what he's done. I asked him one question. I said, I don't want to bother you, Mr. Buffett, with an investment, but one thing, I just want one question. What's the best place to invest in real estate? He told me London and New York. I said, that's what I want to know. That's what his words to me. I said, that's good to know. That was it. Everything else we talked about boxing all night long.
Nice.
You know, yeah. What a nice man. But yeah, Warren Buffett, yeah, he know how to make it. He know how to get there, and that's what you're doing today. You're out there trying to help our viewers out there to learn a little bit about investing money and doing the right things in life and dreaming big, but making it happen. Not just dreaming, make it happen for real, right?
Yes, definitely.
What else you want to tell us?
Thank you for letting me be here. It's been a while. We've been friends for, 7+ years now?
Yeah.
And we've done a podcast before, and it's been a while, but I'm glad to be back.
Yeah. I'm
So
glad.
thank you.
Yeah, we did something a while back, but this is good that the time is important now for people out there to understand that we're going through some difficult times right now. The economy is not the greatest, but we have to try to make things happen. We have to try to learn a little bit more how to be believing in your dreams and making it happen, like we mentioned before, but also how to invest money, how to make money. And one of the things that, Raina, a lot of people don't know exactly where to start sometimes. How do I start making money if I come in from scratch? I'm just coming out, trying to make a new start in my life. I'm a beginner. What direction can you give a beginner in life?
Start small and focus on the discipline. Because just like investing, saving money, it's just like going to the gym. You're not going to go to the gym for the first time and, lift the heaviest weights. You're not going to go to the gym and lift the least heaviest weights, the lightest weights. You're going to go in and find the right amount and just stay disciplined, because no matter what the amount is, if you're not disciplined, it's all irrelevant. So definitely start small, be disciplined, but never give up. And like you said, no matter what you're going through, a lot of people are facing hardships. They're saying a recession, this and that. Stay positive. We definitely have gone through a lot in the last, few years here, and even before that. But no matter what, everything works out.
Yeah, for sure. But like you say, you got to crawl before you can walk. So it's not going to happen overnight sometimes, but you got to take those baby steps at the beginning, and little by little you'll make it. Because I'm a true believer. If you want to make things happen, first of all, you got to believe in yourself. And like you said, Raina, the discipline is so important. There's so many things in life that you have to do to be successful. And discipline being, like doing the right things. Mm-hmm. And to doing the right things, you have to have discipline. You can't be doing drugs. You can't be doing things on the crooked side. You got to do things the right way. But little by little, don't get over anxious. But little by little, you can get there. You have to try to invest a little bit at a time, a little bit. The more you keep investing your money from your paycheck, if you can take 10% of your paycheck and invest it, little by little, it'll start growing. Before you know, you have something, you can say, okay, now I got a little something, I can put a down payment, whether it's a small business or whatever, you want to get a house or whether you want to get a car, but you got to start small. Sometimes people don't have the credit. Sometimes, how do you get credit from the beginning if you're just starting out in life? You never, let's say a youngster got out of school, got out of college. He took a loan out, or she took a loan out for education, for school. But how do you get a credit line? How do you get a credit line to start out in business?
Well, I know it depends on the business, and that's what we're really changing in our services, is how people think. Because a lot of people will take out debt, but there's other ways of being what they call infinite banking. And being American myself, I went to good schools here in America, and I didn't even learn these principles of infinite banking, just investing in compound interest. So that's where we're coming in the business and the company that I work with, is we're revolutionizing the industry, because a lot of these financial services are just transactional. They don't teach you why, when, how, and the importance of it. So when you start teaching people about this, then they could teach it to their kids, and we can continue on every generation doing the principles of investing. Like Warren Buffett, he makes so much money and he lives off investments alone. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, that's the way to do it. I mean, a lot of individuals don't know how to do that. Some people make all this money and they think that they can spend it because they got so much of it, they can spend it crazy. They're spending crazy, and then the money is not coming in anymore. I'm talking about like in sports. Sometimes you invest in business like Warren Buffett, in different, whether it's real estate, whether it's the Coca-Cola, or different businesses that he's involved with. He knew how to make it grow. But and he still has an old house where he used to live at before. For I don't know how many years, 40 some odd years. He still lives in that same house. He still has an old car that he had from back then. He doesn't believe in new cars. He doesn't spend his money crazy. So people in this world have to learn. If you make the money, don't throw it away. make it, live comfortable, but invest it the proper way so you can make it grow. And that's what people don't know how to do.
Yeah, and do it different than what we were taught.
Right.
Because a lot of people are taught to take out the credits, the loans, and not saying that doesn't work for some people. Because some people have become successful that way. But for the average Joe, so to speak, for people like me and in my community where we're taught to take credit cards, take loans, well, there's better ways to do that. If you apply the principles of the wealthy people, no matter how old you are, you can build your wealth. And that's basically what we're trying to bring to communities is build wealth. And in this society, money is what, it stimulates the economy and what makes the world go around. So it's important that we learn this and that we teach our children and we continue on the legacy of building wealth and doing what wealthy people have done.
Okay, now let's say wealthy people have made it to the top. What is your advice to them who are already on the top? They've made it. They're successful. They got their money put away. What's the next step they should do once they make it to the top?
Well, I know a lot of people that have made it to the top,
Yeah.
and they always say there's only one thing missing. And once they found it, everything was good. Everything felt complete, and that was purpose. So a lot of people, they can make a lot of money, they can be super successful, but when they don't have purpose, then they feel depressed. I've heard a lot of successful people say they were depressed because they didn't feel like they had the purpose. Yeah. So I think if you have the purpose and everything else, then life is beautiful.
in other words, pay it forward, right?
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's for sure. I believe that if you're successful and you again to get there to that level, you have to have a lot of discipline. You have to know how to take those baby steps and little by little, think about your things carefully. And sometimes you got to get a financial advisor that can get you started on the right track. Sometimes you can't do it all on your own. And don't think you can because you really can't do it on your own. You need somebody to kind of guide you in the right direction. Somebody get a good financial advisor, and a good financial advisor will help invest your money properly and also advise you how to spend it and how not to spend it.
Right?
So what else do you want to tell our viewers in reference to investing?
I think that it's more important than ever before. The economy, and they're even saying digital currency might be something that is coming into place. So we're definitely seeing a huge shift in the financial services. We can never predict what's going to happen, right? If we were, most people would have probably changed their stocks or their investments. Last year was the third worst market history, a crash, and hit the third worst in history.
Right.
And so we obviously can't predict what's going to happen, but we can definitely try to put ourselves in the right positions to succeed. And I know that I'm finally there. I have that peace of mind that I'm working with the right people, and not only working with the right people that care about people. We help everyone. Doesn't matter if you have a gazillion dollars, if you're in the red. We help everyone because we care about this community. We care about our country, especially after COVID and seeing the devastation that had impacted everyone. And so as far as investing goes, I think the most important thing that anyone could do in investing is to invest in yourself first. It's so important to make sure that you're well, that you're healthy, and that you are doing what you need to do so that you could be of service to other people.
Yeah, well, again, that's where discipline comes in. A lot of individuals don't know how to do that. They don't know how to get themselves on the right track. They think that they don't. Sometimes you got to believe in yourself. You believe in yourself. Pray to God to help guide you in the right direction. A lot of individuals don't know how to do that. And this is when you say to yourself, well, okay, if I believe in God and I believe in myself, and God will guide me in the right direction. But a lot of individuals don't know where to start. And that's why I think a lot of individuals are lacking of the self-confidence in themselves. You have to believe that you can do anything you want to do in life.
Yes.
I believe in myself. I believe I can do anything. That's my attitude.
Yes.
That's the way I feel. I feel if I want something, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to get it no matter what.
That's right.
And that's how I feel about it.
And, I'm very spiritual, and I love what I do because there's a lot of people that I work with that are faith-based, and it is important to always know and believe in yourself. We're created in God's image, but not only that, I believe that we're God's too. If we're created in his image, then we're supposed to be God-like, right? So there's nothing that could take away that power of doing things, of accomplishing things, no matter where you are in life. You could start anywhere and you could succeed. You could be a whole different person than you were just yesterday. It's just about choice and discipline and making that decision every single day that you could do it.
Well, sometimes individuals out there find it kind of hard to make a decision like overnight. They know it's kind of hard, but again, you have to give it all you have. It's like a fighter. You got to prepare yourself. You got to train for it. To go for the big battle, you got to train hard at what you're doing. So mentally, physically, it's so important. Staying healthy is so important because if you're not healthy, if your mind is not set properly, sometimes you need some mental help. You got to get somebody to help guide you in the right direction. Sometimes we can't do it on our own. That's something we're lacking. Lacking the believing in yourself and lacking of self-discipline. So then you need somebody like a coach to kind of guide you in the right direction. There's people out there that help you with that,
Yes.
Because not everybody can do it on their own.
It's true. And coaching, training, it's important that we surround ourselves with the right people. They always say we're like our closest 5 friends, right? And then we had talked about it too before this, is the heart of a champion. That no matter how many times you get knocked down, no matter how many battles that you faced, maybe some losses, especially in business, there's some losses, there's wins, but no matter what, you still keep going, you never give up. And that's the most important thing that I see as a champ, is that someone that never gives up no matter what has been thrown at them.
Exactly, and I truly believe in that, Raina. I believe that if you believe that no matter what, how many times you get put down, you may, there's peaks and valleys in all walks of life, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your business life, or any sport. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. The thing is, the percentages at the end. How do you come out at the end? Was you on the top? Did you come out as a winner at the end? That's what we try to strive for. Don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. Sometimes things happen to us in life that we're not the happiest with, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your marital problems. You have all kinds of. It can be your health. It can be anything. We have to always try to say, you know what? I can get up, pray to God, and say I can make it. Nobody's putting me down. I remember I got hit with COVID in 2020, and I was down and out. I saw the other side. I prayed to God to help me, get me on the back on my feet. I refuse to give up. I refuse to quit. I'm not a fighter. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to be a champion. I got to come back. And you know what? God gave me the opportunity to come back, gave me a second chance in life, and I'm back. I'm back stronger now than ever before, because now I believe in myself more than ever, because I proved to myself that I can do it. And that's why I tell you guys out there, if you want to get into any business, finance is so important, but always believe that you can help others out there by you being successful, help your family members, helping your children, helping others out there that need help. You just got to try to get them in the right direction.
Yes, yes. And just to play off of that, the mindset is everything, right? So as long as you have the mindset, no matter where you're at, thinking in the future, not looking back, knowing that you can do it, you can and you will, and also just staying positive through everything. You have to smile. I try to look at things instead of obstacles as opportunities, because I used to think that when something bad happened, that it was an obstacle. But then I started to look at them as opportunities, the things that were happening in my life as opportunities. And it really changed my perspective, because then opportunities started to happen instead of obstacles. So
that's right. So,
definitely.
So like Raina says, don't look in your rearview mirror. Always look forward. With that said, guys, thank you for being on our show today, Raina. We really appreciate having you on the show, because it's so important to bring people like you on the show to inspire individuals out there to get them on the right track and to believe in themselves, to make them successful, and make not only in business but in life itself. If you're a champion inside the ring and outside the ring as well.
That's right.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Raina. Thanks to you so much.
Thank you.
Fans, we'll catch you next week. God bless you. Keep your guards up at all times. Remember, guys, we're fair, but we're firm. Take care. God bless. See you next week.